It was good, man. Come on, man. Hey, I'm here in Salvador, Brazil with it, man. I'm here in Salvador. I'm sure. Yeah, yeah, yeah. I'm on top floor. I'm on top floor. Hey, I've been in Brazil. I've been in Brazil for about 2 weeks now. I was in Rio for a week, and I was in Salvador for another week. I don't leave Brazil until the end of May. I'm gonna tell y'all some things that I see since I've been out here, bro. Um, for one, don't tell people you're an Americano. If you tell people you're an Americano, they're gonna try to take your money, bro. You know what I'm saying? So don't tell people that you're an Americano. I haven't gotten genuine love since I've been out here, bro. You know what I mean? And it's funny because I just left. I just left Asia. Asia, it's hard to live in Asia. You know what I mean? Low income, all that, y'all. It's hard to live in Asia. But over here in Brazil, it's like it's hard to live out here. But the difference is they're gonna try to scam you, or the woman gonna try to take money from you. They're gonna try to be cool with you, so they can try to take money from you. You feel what I'm saying? That's how it is out here. What I mean? It's pretty rough out here, man. You know what I mean? It's also rough out here in terms of like it's a little bit sketchy, as in like robbery, pickpocketing, all of that. It's all of that out here. I ain't never been pickpocketed. I ain't gonna let that happen. I never been like robbed or nothing. But I've had people mean mug me, yo. Like give me mean mugs. For example, I was in McDonald's show about 2 nights ago. There was a black Brazilian man. He was just staring at me, yo, staring at me mean as hell. Staring at me mean as hell. So we staring at each other, bro. Cause back in America, if you stare at somebody, that means you got a problem. So, and me, I'm not no, not me. I ain't no punk. Yo, so he looking at me, I'm looking at him. So we just staring at each other. I said, bro, what the fuck you looking at, yo? Like, who you looking at? So he look away real quick. Then he start talking with his homies or whatever like that. So I mean, I'm like, whatever. And I get my food and I leave. Because that's all I came was to get my food. So after I got my food, I bounce. Know what I mean? So you gonna have people trying to mean mug you, bro. It's a lot of things I noticed here. Like, for example, darker skinned people, they do things like cleaning the dishes. Like when you go to a restaurant, you will see darker skinned people cleaning the floor, sweeping the floor, doing the dishes, cleaning the food. But you'll see whiter to light skinned people taking orders or being waitresses or something like that. You know what I mean? And it's funny because I noticed that, but forums and blogs and Reddit, they say the same thing as well. That's the same thing they see. So Brazil, I do think Brazil have racism. Like it is racism here in Brazil, bro, where they look down on darker people. So if you Americano, bro, and you white or maybe you light skinned, it's probably not gonna be as bad for you. But for me, you know what I mean? I'm gonna be honest with you. I don't like it here. I don't like it here at all. The only good thing I could say about being here is the woman looks super good. The woman look very good. If you really want me to be honest with you, but I don't like it here. You feel me? Uh, shit. I don't think the women matter. I don't think the women matter from the things I just said. If it's still racism, if you always dealing with scams and people trying to take your money, then it don't really matter how the woman look. You know what I mean? This was this was the worst country I've been to. You know what I mean? This was the worst country I've been to, bro. Let me see. The nightlife is cool. The nightlife is cool. Like, you could party your ass off out here. The nightlife is cool. But as far as genuine connection, finding genuine people who like you for you, nah, it's gonna be very, very hard to find that. Cause it's so hard to live out here. So when people see an Americano, all they think is money, money, money. That's all they think. You know? So, for example, I was at the Shakira concert. And I met a woman and everything like that, yo. Y'all, we hit it off, yo. Know what I mean? She back at my crib or whatever. She actually asked me for money. No, we were like, so we woke up the next day, she asked me for money. You know what I mean? And I told her, I don't have much money on me. So I gave her $20, which is 100 y'all. I gave her $20, then I blocked it. Because why is you asking me for money? Why are you asking me for money? You shouldn't even be asking me for money, yo. Feel me? Another thing that I noticed out here is jealousy. I feel like there's a lot of people here in Brazil, they don't like Americans. They don't like Americanos, bro. I want y'all to think about this, yo. It's hard to live in Brazil. People work hard and they work every day for little money, right? You know, it sucks it gotta be like that, but that's how it is. No, that's how Brazilians live. Imagine when you see an Americano come here and they don't even work, but they make way more money than everybody else, but they don't even work, you know? And they buy everything. It makes people feel some kind of way. Think about what I'm saying. It makes people feel some kind of way. So I notice those things like that as well, you know? Do I recommend Brazil as a country to go to? Yeah, you can come here, but it's not a good country to live. I don't think it's a good country to live, bro. I don't think it's a good country to be in. Cause I'm gonna be honest with you, I don't like it here, man. I really don't, and I can't wait to leave. No, you got people like Austin Holloman. Austin Holloman, he liked it here, but Austin Holloman is a light-skinned man. You know what I mean? So I think women would flaunt to Austin Holloman or a white man more than me. You know what I mean? So Austin Holloman, he said he liked it here, yada 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 yada, but shit, that's how Brazil is. That's how it is, man. Nah, man. So, there's something for everybody to think about before they come to Brazil, yo. I don't think Brazil is very nice towards Americanos. Like, it could be a Brazilian that'll scam you, and there will be Brazilians who don't have a problem with that, you know? So if you speak up on Americans being scammed, they're gonna take that as you disrespecting Brazil. Like, hold on, yo. Like, y'all shouldn't be charging 500 Brazilian real for a motherfucking beach chair. Nah, it shouldn't be like that. No, I'm like, I don't care who you are, yo. I don't care what country you're from. Scamming people is not cool. You know what I mean? So, nah, I mean, it's a lot of envy here towards Americans, bro. I don't recommend being here. But, I mean, that's just my take on Brazil. Know what I mean? Like, comment, subscribe, all of that. But that's just my experience of being here. And it's funny because you talk to people like Global CZ and everything like that. He didn't really like it here too much either, you know? So, you have a lot of women. You're going to have a lot of women trying to tell you what you want to hear so they can take your money, bro. You know what I mean? But nah, my money not being took. For example, I make what? 50,000 Brazilian real in a month? That's how much I make here? That's a lot of money here. That's more than a surgeon, you know? So, they're going to try to take them. So, if you tell them you're Americano, they're going to try to take your money. The goal is, don't even tell them you're American. Just don't tell them you're American, man. All right, y'all. Peace, man. Rocco.